This is a Philco Transitone model 5520. That's upside down. Oh good, my food is cooking. Hold on. So this Philco 50-520 tuning knob works. Missing its back, but it does have the little things that hold the back on, so I might be able to get a reproduction or make one. I mean, realistically, I could just make something for it. Kind of neat. This uses the old style combination of 3 tubes. You have the octal tubes on the right, you have the loctal tubes here and here, and then you have one miniature tube. So this was clearly made around the transition time. I like the size of it, it's pretty small. And I wouldn't normally buy something like this because it's kind of plain and boring. But my grandmother actually had one of these sitting over the kitchen sink for years and years. She had it, just listen to it, whatever. My mom says she remembers listening to it in the bathtub and whatever. While she was a baby in the kitchen sink taking a bath. So, kind of cool, kind of more of a sentimental purchase. It was cheap, and it works. That being said, it will need capacitors. Okay, here's the Philco chassis. Had to unsolder a bunch of the antenna connections, so I'm going to have to put those back. Let's flip it over. What do we have? We have all original except for the electrolytic, which is fine. Perfect. It needs to be recapped, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to recap it, we're going to clean it up, just make it reliable, and then, I don't know, it'll probably just go sit on a shelf somewhere. Speaker's in good shape. Tuning assembly is very stiff, so that'll have to be cleaned up. Let me do that first. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to get some electronic cleaner. Just clean all the different parts. This is basically just rubbing alcohol, to be honest. It's very simple. Let's one down here. Okay. Let's see, does that improve it? No, not at all. Okay, it's probably under here. Let's take a look here. Okay. Oh, good, that stays. Oh, that freed it up a little bit. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll put some actual oil on it. So I'm just going to use this oil here and just kind of put some oil on the parts that like to. There we go. I hate to do that when you're so close to the dial pointer. Let's see, this stuff makes a mess, to be honest. Okay. Oh, I hear it binding up somewhere. Oh, good. Oh, that's turning. Doing something here. That's turning too. All right. Ooh. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Oh, great, that made a mess. Come on. I want it to get in there, not all over my fingers. Man. Anyway. This needs to be worked back and forth a lot. Let me do that. Okay, and by magic, the radio is recapped. So just a couple things to point out. I put a safety cap in here. This is was a 0.05, I think. I changed it to a 0.01 because it's what I had. It should work. The grounding cap for B- to chassis was a 0.0 or 0.1, which is very high. I replaced it with a 0.01. I'm hoping the radio will work. It may end up with interference. I may have to change that. Put these electrolytics, see how they're nice and tight. These are not going anywhere. So this is how you're supposed to wire them. They're right to each wire that they're supposed to go to. Negatives go here. Negative. Again, this is negative. That's also negative there. That's B-. So it doesn't look like it's the same, but it is. One other thing just to show you real quick. So the radio was working, but that stuff was leaking out of this filter cap. So it was just about done. It worked, but it might have had another, if you put this into service, it might have had another week, maybe month, and then it would have just shorted or went open. So this should last for years. All right, well, I guess we're going to power it up in a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and power this up. I'll give it 10 volts. Now, there's no dial light on this, so this is just, we're going to just see what happens. I think I have the antenna hooked up correctly. 40 volts. Tried to clean the tube sockets a little, so hopefully they're only at 50 volts. Do I see something? Turn the light off. Oh, yes. Yes, we have some filament. We're only at 60 volts. We're at 65. Here's something. Keep in mind this audio output tube has black on the top, so you can't see. Something here.
It's on us. It's included. Wow, it's like expecting a Christmas carol.
Oh, yes.
Decked all with boughs of holly. But getting a whole choir. Decked all with boughs of holly. With an epic horn section, too. It's so cool. I'm capturing it all with the amazing camera on my new iPhone.
It doesn't need alignment even.
Display all objects around the vehicle. No system, no matter how advanced.
Honestly,
Always
fine.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned.
It's the first time I've seen loctal tubes not be completely dirty and corroded.
We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each.
Pretty good.
We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things. Like buy a world-class
own power company or own the grid, and the costs are significantly lower.
And all the towns should go out and just put a bid on it and get their own, because this is ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It's crazy.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
And Eversource is just... And the thing is, Anne-Marie, and I understand, okay, we know what's going on in Kosovo. We know what's going on in Ukraine with Russia and the oil and trying to clamp them
they're
down.
doubling our electric rates.
Even if that didn't happen, Anne-Marie...
So pretty soon we'll have to walk around in the dark.
It's ridiculous. I mean, we can keep our heat set at 58 during the winter.
Oh, you wear sweats too, don't you?
Oh, she's wearing sweats and a jacket
I
and
learned it from my mom. You're cold, put another...
7 blankets.
See, now, can I tell you?
All right, so radio is working. This is great. Actually, pretty nice, nice little radio. Could probably use a cleaning. I'm not even going to align it. It seems, I mean, I just tuned it real quick through the dial and, it's fine. So I think it's just a matter of cleaning it up and then, soldering back these wires, which I might actually do first. Yeah, let me do that.
I don't want to be tonight.
Don Quixote.
Northbound traffic heading up.
Trouble breathing, shortness of breath.
Road at South. Now, as we learn that Elizabeth
Connecticut and Long Island. Anytime, anywhere with the WSHU mobile app for your
This performs pretty well, actually.
Download it for free from the App Store
obviously
or
it's
Google Play.
directionally
and stay
sensitive.
connected. Local support from the law firm of Cohen and Wolf.
They said that keeping a gratitude journal causes
WCBS forecasters.
The dial pointer. I wish they put a dial light.
I was just devastated.
There's no dial light.
Been screaming out
Anyway.
for help, but I guess I hadn't been yelling loud
You know,
enough
there's
to
a
my
couple little
family,
marks on
and
this. I could probably
felt
touch
a
it up if I wanted to.
physical
I
grip in my
might.
mouth, and
But
touched
in general, it looks pretty good. It works really well.
Inflation. So call me now, toll free 844-370